Right. So I want to look at basic candlestick formation, right? Reversal and continuation pattern. In fact, my focus will be on that reversal and continuation pattern, how to spot reversals and patterns that give you a continuation entry, right? Then of course how to avoid false entries. Okay. So like I said, this is exclusively for beginners. So in fact, if you're a beginner, just indicate in the chat box if you are. I'm seeing some guys here, but if you're exclusively a beginner here, just indicate in the chat box. If you're exclusively a beginner, just indicate in the chat box, right? Let's see if there's any on the call. Just indicate if you're a beginner. Okay, all right. All right, and do with me. Okay. So one thing you need to understand about HFX is that the entries, and for the sake of beginners, right? Just looking at this, the black or hollow candles. In fact, I might even switch to pocket option so that it might be easier. The hollow candles here are green candles, while the whites are red candles, right? So first and first is knowing that when it comes to trading HFX, right, you don't necessarily, right, need to go to the daily time frame, the 4 hours time frame, or perhaps the 1 hour time frame, right? Your focus is mainly on the 15, 5, possibly 1, right? On the 15, 5, possibly 1. Now, when I talk about, okay, candle patterns, right? Now, one of the key things you can see for HFX are the doji, right? The doji, but doji will make sense for what's it called? Doji will be doji, doji candle patterns, just like this, right? Doji candle patterns are good reversal candle patterns, right? They are good reversal candles. When you see a doji is, right, a candle that has wick above and below and a very small body. All right. So when you see this pattern appear at a good support or resistance zone, it signifies a potential reversal. Just like we have here, it appeared here, then of course the market's red going up. You don't just trade any doji, because if you're looking for pure dojis, we also have hammerhead, gravestone, um, gravestone doji as well, right? So if you're looking for these candles just everywhere, you can see it anywhere on the chart, but the entry where you see it matters a whole lot. The area where you see them matters a whole lot. That's why you need to know how to mark up your charts. So if you know how to mark up a chart here, indicates, let me see. If you know how to mark up a chart, let me know. If you know how to mark up a chart, getting a precise support and resistance, like you can look at a chart and say, okay, I have my support here, I have my resistance here, I have, just indicates, let me see. If you can do that, indicate. Okay, amazing, amazing. So my a rough guess is the rest can't do that, right? So just 2 out of half can, half can't, right? So though the course will do justice to that, but let me show you something, right? Let me show you something. When you look at a naked chart this way, where your focus should be are areas where the market got reversed. areas where the market got and reversed, areas where the market got and reversed, areas where the market got and reversed. The curious question is, what kept making this market reverse at this point? That's what's going to make you to place a horizontal line first at this area. You see the market reversing at a particular area over a period of time. This simply tells you that this is a good resistance zone, right? Now we've gotten a resistance zone just by looking at these charts. Then how about support? Are we seeing any area that the market kept touching, reversing, touching, reversing, touching, reversing, touching, reversing, touching, reversing? No clear one here, right? But if we get to this other area, we have an area with loads of support, right? We have this one. The market came and reverse again. In fact, if I want to ignore this place, I can just focus on this area here. The market touched this area 4 or 5 good times before reversing. So in this case, I'll pick my tool. This time around, horizontal ray instead of horizontal line. I pick the horizontal ray, place it here. Just now, because it's what's actually kept this market reversing at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Each candle here is 15 minutes. So you know that this is not just a baby juice, right? Now, one thing was one thing about support, right? Or any strong resistance is that whenever the market gets there, it reacts again. So imagine you have this waiting for a reversal pattern. In fact, this is one of the reversal patterns you get anyway. When you get a strong support, you wait, the market comes back next. Imagine you waited for this trade, the market comes back here. You took a 15 minutes buy. That's a good profit for you. Okay, right there. Remember, HFX, we don't care about 4 hours, 5 hours. All we need just that precise 5 minutes, that precise 15 minutes, and we are good, right? In this particular case, the market reacted here first, reacted here second, reacted here third, right? It is valid for you to say, when next the market comes here, I'm taking a 15-minute sell, right? It's very valid for you to say that, right? And what happened here? The market sold well. Okay. Now we've gotten. I want to be breaking this down. Candle pattern affirmation. Yeah. So the psychology behind every candle tells you what to expect, right? Psychology behind every candle tells you what to expect. Now, when you see basically, like, let me go back to Doji. Now, what I focus on most of the time is Doji for my major reversal, pairing it with, even if I don't get the Doji, right? Pairing it with areas with strong support or resistance, just like I have here. Now, in this chart, I don't care about what has happened way back here. I give no damn about it, right? I'm just focused on what the chart is telling me here. Let's assume I don't even know what has happened here. The market is still around here. Okay. I don't know what has happened here. The market is still here. So I'm just I'm waiting for this reaction to happen based off what I already have here. I have my pending order, right? I believe we all know how to set pending orders. I believe for the new guys, Adewumi, you know how to set your pending order, right? Adewumi, hope you're still on the call.
Yes, I know how to set pending order.
Amazing, soft. So in your own, what's it called? Your own analysis, right? You can see a very good entry. You know what? You go set a pending order for it, waiting for 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 minutes reversal. Now, you know, right, that based on what you've learned, that after every reversal, depending on how the chart is, there might be a continuation, right? There might be a continuation. Now, what are you gonna do? If you, after trading reversal, you want to trade a continuation, first thing is to have a target area. A target area. So, seeing this as the most, this is a very clear low here, right? You can have this area as your target point. Remember, this is when you are doing your personal analysis, right? You can have this area as your target point. So my point is, after my 15 minutes reversal trade, I want to trade a continuation into this target. Once the market hits this point, I am out of the market for that personal trading session I have. Okay. So we've seen this, and you might not just want to go. And now, when trading a reversal, right? Sorry, when trading a continuation, first thing, when trading a reversal, you can actually take exactly 5 minutes or 15 minutes of any time frame. If you're analyzing for 15 minutes time frame, you can take the trade for 15 minutes, right? But when trading a continuation, it is best, right? Note this. When trading a continuation, it is best to go 3 candles deep of any time frame you're working on. If you're working on 15 minutes time frame, it is best to take 3 candles deep. That is 45 minutes. This time around, you are not setting a pending order. You are taking a market execution trade just on your charts, just like, let's say, what we have here, right? You're not setting any pending order. You have your things waiting. Once it gets there, you buy. Once it gets to your sell, you sell, right? Let's go back to this. So in this particular case, remember, based on what I'm telling you now, or based on what you already know, a bullish or bearish engulfing candle is a continuation pattern, right? So if I see a bearish engulfing candle, just like I have here, I'll wait for it to close. That's my cue to go in for a 45 minutes sell, right? What happened there? 1, 2, 3, a very good sell, right? A very good sell. Now, what if I decide to do this analysis from a 5 minutes time frame? What I'll be looking for is 15 minutes sell, right? So let me go down to what 5 minutes time frame. Because sometimes it's always better to go with the lower time frame, right? Okay. First off, you took your 15 minutes sale here. 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3. You cleared it, right? Of course, this is your first 15 minutes reversal trade. You cleared at this point, right? At this particular point, this is the third candle on this 15 minutes. You cleared at this particular point. You waited for the market came back to this entry again. You could have taken another sell, but perhaps you wanted a confirmation, what's it called? A bearish confirmation, so you can continue the trade. This bullish candle happened, right? You enter for 15 minutes. 1, 2, 3. It's still a very strong sell still, right? Now, with what you know, right? Okay, not what you know. Okay, if you already know this, if you've not known this, I want you to know something, yeah? When you are seeing a strong move going this way, it is okay to wait for a pullback, right? Once I've seen this, yeah? Now, remember, after this confirmation here, I got in here for my 15 minutes sell because I'm looking at the 15 minutes and 5 minutes time frame. The market sold 1, candle 2, candle 3, and closed here. This third candle broke this low here. So what next am I going to do? I'll mark this low. Now, what am I based on? I don't know, this should be straight, right? Yeah. Now, if you've gone through your Zonda courses, if you've not gone through your Zonda courses, we have what we call break and retest. When a market breaks a former low, it tends to retest that zone before continuation. That is your second continuation entry pattern, right? Or candle psychology. Okay. When you see this kind of move, is a cue for one, you can call it a reversal because it's a reversal. But on the bigger picture, it is the best point to continue that trend you're looking at. Right? So what do I do here? You can, number one, take an aggressive reversal entry here. Once the market gets here, you take your 15-minute sell or 5-minute sell, as the case may be. You can take your 5-minute sell because that's an aggressive reversal entry. When it comes to reversals, sometimes you don't necessarily need extra confirmation from the candle before you take. Just immediately hit that point. Let me zoom this out. Immediately hit that point. Take your 5-minute sell. Remember again, I said, if you are taking a reversal, you don't necessarily need to do 3 candles deep of the time frame you are looking at, right? It is when you want to trade a continuation, right? So this is a reversal in a continuation, right? So it's safe to go in for just a 5-minute sell at this, right? So what happened there? The market came, did your 5-minute sell, boom, you cleared it. Now you've cleared your second 5 minutes reversal sell. Now what are you waiting for? A next confirmation candle to go in, right? A next confirmation candle to go in. Remember, your target is still down here. The market hasn't gotten to your target. If I am here, what I'll wait for? I will definitely wait for a strong sell candle, right? This has already given me an idea to go in for my 15-minute sell. This strong move here, right? So you can either do one of these. Immediately this candle closes. If you look at this, this is an engulfing candle, right? It engulfed this full, but they are equal, right? So this is also a candle pattern. When you see something like this, 2 equal candles, right? Go with the second, right? If the second is a bullish, buy. If the second is a bearish, sell. So I can either do one of these, right? After my 15 minutes closes strong, I enter for another. Immediately my 5 minutes candle closes strong, right? My 5-minute sell, remember, I enter for another 15-minute sell. I can either do that, knowing that I know that this low must be kissed, right? While I know when the market will get here, right? I can either do that, or first off, if you enter 15 minutes here, 1, 2, 3, that's another smooth clear, right? Then if you want a better confirmation, I would enter at the close of this particular candle. This candle closes strong. I say, you know what, this is my key to enter. Enter for 15 minutes. 3 candles deep, remember. 1, 2, 3. Right? 3 candles deep. I've taken like multiple trades now, but there's no rush here. You are simply having a target in mind, right? And waiting for your confirmations to go in. There is no rush here. Once the market is not clear, don't trade, right? So I've cleared this, right? Now I'm waiting for another confirmation. I can as well do the same thing I did here. Mark this low. Since the market has broken on that low here, I mark this low. Wait for the market to touch this low, right? For me to take my sell, right? Market, after breaking it, came back, respected it, sold. Now, taking an aggressive 5 minutes here, you might still clear, but we can only tell that if we go down to the 1-minute time frame, right? But let's say we ignore taking an aggressive reversal here. We waited for a strong confirmation for us to sell. What happened here? We saw a bearish candle here, but it's not a bullish engulfing candle. So we are not really interested. Our key to enter this trade is When we see another strong sell candle, we are good, right? What happened there? Another strong sell candle, right? This is another strong sell candle. Remember, this is my target point. I go in for 15 minutes. Assuming that within 15 minutes, the market will get to this target. What happened here? 1, 2, 3. Target hit. I'm done for this session, right? Target hit. I'm done for this session. Now, let me give you a room that you took an aggressive sell here, just like you took here, and the trade took you out. So if we compare how many trades we've taken here, our first 15 minutes trade, which is around here, I think 1, 2, 3. One win. We waited for our second confirmation trade. We got in for 15 minutes. Two wins, that's 2-0, right? Do we take any trade here? I think we waited for a pullback, 3-0, right? Waited for another confirmation, went in, that's 4-0. You took an aggressive sell here, it spiked you out, 4-1, then your last trade. So from this move to this move, you actually saw 6 good entries and you lost 1, which is here. There's like 5-1, 4. Remember, doing this, you need time. So if you calculate from this particular moment, this is 7:15. In fact, you must have actually done the markup before now. So roughly, but for you to start trading from 7:15 to 9:30, this is like bloody hours. This is like 2 straight hours, 2 hours, 15 minutes, right? So when trading this, you need time, right? To actually sit and wait for these confirmations, and wait for these confirmations, and wait for these confirmations. Okay. If time in quote is not really on your side, they want to trade for a shorter time frame, then perhaps you might just be okay with 1 or 2 trades and you're out. But to get all this move, you have to sit on the chart and wait for them to play out, and play out. All right. Depending trades are for when you don't really have time. Maybe you wake up in the morning, right? Let's say you work a job or you go to school, whatever it is, you have a business, right? That's why you have the pending trades. You wait for reversals, do your markup. Okay, you know what? The market is going to reverse here. You take your 15 minutes pending order, you set it, and you're out, right? Then based on what you already marked up, we have, let's go back to our 15 minutes. Okay. Based on what you already marked up here, you have like 2 entries on this particular pair, right? You have a sell when the market gets here, and you have a buy when the market gets here. You set them and you're out. 2 trades, right? If they go in your favor, you come back at the end of the day, you see your 2 wins. What I'm showing you here is how you do your personal analysis, right? Pairing it with what you're learning in the community. You have the box wave. It's like a clear box wave, having the market react. We have the zonal strategy, which is what you can still spot. Let's say you saw something like this. Zonda should be more. 1 entry is not enough for Zonda. I'll need something more for Zonda. Let me see if I can get something clear on Zonda, right? Okay, I can use this, right? I can use this area here. And I say, let me use area. I'm seeing area of nice market resisted here for a very long time. I can actually set a pending order here, saying that I'm expecting the market to buy once it gets here. 15 minutes buy, I'm good. You set it, set your pending order, and you're out for the day. Right? Set your pending order, and you're good. What's there? The normal zonal pattern. Break and retest. This is a resistance. Market came back, broke it, came back, retest, and disappeared. Right? So you can either do this or this. So this is a reversal for a continuation. This is an outright reversal, right? So I believe you got something, right? I believe you got something. Now, the funny thing is, this same thing we did on the 5 minutes here, we can even do the same on the 1 minute time frame. And of course, the lower the time frame, the more opportunities you have, right? No matter what you see on the lower time frame, always not forget what the higher time frame told you or what you are expecting from the higher time frame. From the 15 minutes time frame, this is just a clear sell move, right? We used this low as our target point from the 15 minutes time frame. There's that time. We use this low as our target point from the 15 minutes time frame. After seeing these multiple reactions, we are like, you know what? These are our targets. Once the market gets here, we are done, right? Then we started breaking it down until the market hit this entry. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Now, here's another thing, right? Amazing. You're welcome. Here's another thing. That Zunda is Zunda doesn't mean Zunda works all the time. Yeah. Sometimes we see strategies, we say, oh, that is like the holy grail, that this strategy doesn't fail. No, no, no. There is no 100% strategy. There is no freaking 100% strategy, right? That's why I would also like to see, if I see where any particular strategy fails, I'll point it out for you. What are we seeing here? This is like a clear support, 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 support. Or if you're using zone that you're expecting, what the market gets here, it will reverse, right? So let's see what the market actually did when it got here. You have this zone. What did the market do when it got here? Market ignored this, right? We expected to see a very good sell here. Oh wow, when the market get here, it's going to sell. And you, after seeing this, in fact, save is even in line with what you're looking at. This is a downtrend, right? Right, this is a downtrend. On the market, I am seeing a very good support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this is a very amazing dope support, right? So you're expecting when the market gets here, you've already plotted your reversal. When the market gets here, I think it should be better this way. Yes. Once the market gets here, I'm expecting a clear reversal. But what happened here? Just took you out. The market broke. In fact, the market broke, make it a new support and continued. Right? In fact, the market broke and continued as a support it was even before. So it failed, not all the time, but most of the time, it does work. Right? Most of the time, it does work. Okay? So that perhaps you took like 2 wrong entries or 2 nice analysis that didn't play out. It doesn't mean that the strategy doesn't work. Right? In fact, if those days, oh damn, it's more like an assignment. I have my guys then. Even on the call, we give ourselves certain the same pair, you go and analyze it, spot out the break and rated zones, right? We share. We look at so oh wow, I didn't even see this zone. Wow, I saw this. Why didn't you choose this? Why did you choose this? Or why did the markets not respect this? You keep like we break down the charts. Yeah, I have my crew then. We break down the charts. Why did the market reverse here? Or why didn't it reverse? Why did it break? What happened? What happened? Is it news? Is it that? It is this? Is it? All right. So on your own, just take your time. Look at the charts. Like, take your time. Look at the charts. In fact, why I like this reversal is that I don't know. It's just, in fact, one of the best ways to actually see how good you are getting with taking trades like this is setting pending orders on your demo account. You can do that. Have a pending order on your demo account. Just set it. Wake up in the morning, perhaps before any session starts or after the CCA session. However, just do your personal analysis here. Be setting your pending orders on your demo account. Mark yourself in a week. And pending orders, you wouldn't be taking thousands of trades here. In a week, you had like a total of 10 entries you spotted yourself. Out of those 10 entries, 5 failed, 5 went through. Your question is, just like the chart, you go back and know, okay, why did this fail? Why did this happen? Why did this? Why did this? Why did this? Why did this? Sometimes, the zones you have, they keep respecting themselves. Like even in the next month, like in the next week, these zones, that's why you can either use a good horizontal line or areas like this. When I do those markup, if you come to my chart, lines everywhere. You understand? So, but not to make your charts messy, you can just use zones like this or horizontal ray, however it is, right? Study them, see how you get good at it, right? See how you get good at it. With that, you get better over time. So, family, that is it for this morning. I believe, okay, I've not talked about fake outs, right? I've not talked about fake outs. Now, looking at these charts, yeah, one can say, this market might be moving forward or might be going up. Perhaps this might just be a large fake out, might just be a large fake out, waiting for the market to keep selling because sellers would step in here, perhaps, right? So one way to spot, I'm not sure I have time to do that now. By Thursday, I won't forget this, by Thursday, I'll show us how to spot fake outs, right? How to spot fake outs and how to ignore fake outs, right? How to spot and how to ignore fake outs. How to spot and how to ignore fake outs. This is a clear, this is a good support. Market kept on buying when it got here. This is a massive fake out, right? So someone can see it and say, oh, this market is now selling. Let me sell. And boom, you're back up here. You're like, what is really happening? Though if you follow the rule of Zonda, it played out for you well, a clear break and retest. But on the long run, market came back to this zone and started buying again. Let me show you the zone here. So it doesn't seem support 1, support 2, support 3, support 4, broke, came back to retest, sold, and broke again, right? So looking at it, this is like a clear support zone, but then a little breakout happened. Then of course the market came back and continued respecting here. So well, on our next session, I'm going to break down how to see or spot a good, how to spot and ignore fake outs, right? So you don't get deceived by fake outs. So family, that's all for today. We anticipate, in fact, we don't anticipate, we expect. There's a difference between anticipation and expectation. Expectation is that you know for sure. If you place an order from whatever platform, Jumia, AliExpress, and your order is to come in 2 weeks, you don't anticipate your order. You expect your order because you know your order is coming, right? And when it comes to anticipation, it's not really there. You just, anticipation has to do with hope, right? You don't hope your order comes in. You know your order is coming in. So we are expecting an amazing day, right? Amazing day it is, and it can only get better, right? The reason why we're on this platform, on this community, it will be attained, certainly. It will be attained, right? We are here to get better, and we will get better. All right, family, cheers to the best, because the best is yet to come. Enjoy.